Alrighty. Let's see if I can get my glasses on. Nope, that's not happening. Hello, hello, everybody. Awesome. Hello. So we are going to wait till 10 minutes after the top of the hour, just to let people kind of come in. Man, I wish we had rain in LA. I love my rain. I love rain so much. We got some rain, but like, not enough. Never enough. But luckily the rain will not rain down on our crepe paper costumes today, because I am referencing some crepe paper historical costume resources, which I will of course share in the Discord. And I will give everyone links as soon as we hit 10 minutes. I just need to make a historical resource channel at this point. Oh, by the way, there is more lag than usual, so that's why it is a full 30-second lag. Oh, rain! I'm so jealous. I love rain. Trying to see. I'll just put it in pattern references. Eh. So I can't decide which I want to make. I will share it with you guys once we kind of go over to the next screen. I can't decide which one, but I'm looking at those, 1920s Halloween costumes that are made entirely out of crepe paper. And I wish I had these books in my hand. I will show you guys. Oh well. But I did find some resources, so we do have at least one of the books. I might make a kid's costume just because it's so cute. But, I want rain. Give me rain. And it won't rain on our digital crepe paper costumes. I wonder if I should try to make oh, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna actually give them, like, paper texture, but I will share what they look like. Let's see. And the names, and we'll kinda go through a little bit of the history of it. I don't know all of it, but you guys can kind of see the rabbit hole that I've gone down just for spooky season. Oh, they have a 1915 book too. Oh, baby. Ugh. Hi, thank you. Welcome. We're gonna go down a little self-indulgent rabbit hole for spooky season today. So I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do because it's gonna be a fun ride. Um, just because I am mildly obsessed with these historical Halloween resources, which is odd. Historical 1915, 1920s. I just like, what are these costumes? All right, we have 2 minutes and then I can swap over. I'll do the spiel and then we can swap over. Um, it'll be a mild tutorial. Again, this is me kind of just playing around just because we had a stream last week. We have a stream this week. Um, and this tiny little bat costume is the cutest thing. I don't think it's I think it's just an apron. Like, I think it's just a tiny little bat apron that's on this little kid in this photo because they're all made of crepe paper. Um, but we're gonna go ahead and get started here in a minute. I did just share a link to the archive.org resources in our Discord channel. I'll share them again, and I will show the stream just to show you guys another like example of using resources, looking at historical resources that are in the public domain and things like that. And let's see, get up my little cheat sheet for all of our links here. Yes, thank you. Okay. Alrighty, I'm gonna move this over here. I have 3 screens, so I'm gonna be looking back and forth for a little bit until we start making everything. So, welcome to Megan's self-indulgent Halloween stream. Um, for those of you who don't know, I'm Megan. I am a 3D designer community manager for Marvelous Designer, and in the chat this time around, we have Michelle and Brandon with us, helping moderate, helping answer questions. If you have any questions that I might be missing while I'm enjoying my self-indulgent Halloween stream, they will be helping answer questions and helping me moderate. They are also 3D designer and community managers, so welcome them. Smack that. I hit this. And so let's get started. So I did just mention earlier that I shared a link to resources in the Discord, and so here's a link, an invitation link to our Discord. There you can actually speak with other users. There are, us community managers can help answer questions, but we're not always active online at all times across the world. So that is the most active community on our Discord with other users working in other programs, other softwares that can help give you advice that are other people besides us. So feel free to join our Discord channel, and there you can speak with other users, share your work, get advice, and access all of the resource links that I find or our super users find. As well as if you don't have a Discord or you prefer not to be on Discord and you prefer forums, we do have a forum on our website. Again, our website is where you can purchase a subscription license. You can get a 30-day free trial license, and that's also where our manual is. And also that is where our forum is, where you can also get help there, similar forum formats. We are also on there. And for those of you who are on our Twitch channel, the link. We are multi-streaming to both Twitch and to YouTube. On Twitch, we will let these expire after the 2 weeks goes up, but on YouTube, we'll kind of like have them in perpetuity. So that if there is a resource here that you're looking for, you can always come back. As well as on our YouTube channel, we do have our YouTube tutorials. So if you're brand new to Marvelous Designer, you don't even know what Marvelous Designer is, and you want to learn how to use Marvelous Designer, you can use our free tutorials with our best practices that we do update periodically as we update the software. That way you're working in the most efficient way and you're not stumbling over yourself just trying to like run before you can walk. I do recommend following some of our beginner tutorials before you start working in Marvelous Designer just to give yourself the best head start into a successful project. And last but not least, we do have our support link here. If you're experiencing technical difficulties involving getting access into your account or something that's just not a specific technical, like how do I do this specific feature, I recommend you contact us through our support um, tab on our website. There you can actually create a support ticket a little bit faster and get a little bit faster help instead of having us ask you via email what is your account. You would already be logged in and we would be able to have a support ticket created a little bit faster for you. Now that the spiel is done, I am going to go ahead and swap over and start showing you guys the fun resources. This is still weird because I'm still using this new method. So let me know how you guys like this method. I'm currently using this is OBS as my webcam, which is interesting. So swapping over to main, there's my little cheat sheet. But I did just share this link into the Discord channel. But look at these costumes. They're all out of crepe paper and I love them. Let me oh my gosh, this is throwing me off. Okay. Okay. I'm going in. Oh, 1 second. I keep putting everything on the wrong screen. But properties. I don't want that. I want yeah, okay. Now I'll throw it over here, and then I can be over here. Then I can close this tab. There's so many tabs. Alright. Alright. Cloth pokes through the body and slips off. You should probably check the normals of your avatar that you've imported. An issue with the cloth simulation. Yeah, if they're just going into the body and falling down, most likely your avatar's normals are flipped that you've imported. But yeah. Because cloth wants to go to the normal side, but that's probably what's gonna be happening. So if you go make it, if your avatar is not like if you turn off the texturing and your avatar's skin is like the normal is the flip normal, so it would be a darker, like dark gray, 50/50 gray, that's probably why. Alright, so this is called the Boogie Book. I went down a rabbit hole because we had, not a lot to prepare, but I've also been going down this rabbit hole for a little while now. Yes, you can export animated cloth. That is what Marvelous Designer is mainly used for. You export the animation cache that you create. So I'm going down my self-indulgent rabbit hole. I will continue to answer questions, but I do want to talk about the Boogie Book. The Boogie Book is this I don't know where these are from. I don't know, like there's some from 1915. I don't know if Rosemary can help me with this. If you even own one, but I want one. Um, there's some from 1915, they go all the way up till the 80s. Um, but look at these table settings and then the costumes. All of these costumes are supposedly made out of the crepe paper that's available inside of the pattern, but we'll be making probably like a version of them with, cloth. But they're just so darn stinking cute. I mean, look at this. I love this. This is the little bat boy I was talking about. Yeah, I shared a link in the Discord. I will show it here as again. Look at this little bat. Oh, I wonder if this is a large image. I already have the large image up. Look at this little bat boy. Look at him. I think it's an apron with a hat. I don't know, but I love it. So this one is from 1920. I have linked the book access to this one in the Discord channel. And then look at these men's costumes. They're just full aprons. And I love it. I love this ominous moon. like, I almost wanna make that. I kinda wanna make the little kid's bat one and then this moon. Like, I know it's easy, but also it's so ominous. It looks like, I don't know which one. You like, 7 and 9? Let's see, 7 and 9. 7 I do like 7 and 9. Yeah, they're like little, I just realized his hat. Um, yeah, I think that they're actually woven, I really can't tell, and it looks like looks like both Michelle and Eric have given you different links for, I believe, it looks like the animation export, who asked about it. For Sims 4. Yeah, it's very cute. Any costumes may be adapted to other occasions by using different color combinations. It's like, okay. I yes, I definitely wanna spend time cutting out crepe paper pumpkins for New Year's. Alright. I don't know how it's those would be New Year's. I love those. I love this one. I have no idea what's under this dress and how this, like I wanna say it's like a it would be like tinsel paper, but I don't think that existed. There's other ones too from other years as well. So that was only 1920. There's these ones. Where is it? Um, like it goes back to 1915 and then it goes every year onward. So here's the 1915 and they also have other ones, but like they're telling you how to actually do them. Does MD have preset cloth and clothing? Yes, Marvelous Designer does have similar preset cloth and clothing to that is available in Clo. Marvelous Designer and Clo are sister programs, but Clo is the one that's going to have like the rendering engine and features specifically geared towards the fashion and manufacturing industries, be it an individual maker all the way up to manufacturing on a large scale. So we do have similar presets, but for example, we don't have a render in Marvelous Designer. So our like if you select the fur, you're not going to see fur. It's only going to be even in Clo, the fur texture is only V-Ray texture is only going to be seen during the render option. But it will simulate like that fur texture would. So you would be able to then apply the texture in your preferred rendering software. I'm trying to find where my other link for this book was. But look at these. I This one's the 1921. So there's this one is I believe in the other piece. But let me show you the archive.org. So they only have about 4 of these boogie books. I think this one is an extra one. They have a gala book. But here's the boogie book that I shared with the Discord. It's also where is it? Here. But here's that boogie book on how to have a party for Halloween in 1920. So before I go any further, I do want to let you guys know I have consistently referenced archive.org, the Internet Archive, with these with a lot of resources for patterning from either the 1800s all the way up to, 1920 right now. These ones are all in the public domain, and this is also where you can find some good and some not so good pattern resources for historical garments that you can freely take because they are all in the public domain. And also apparently Halloween decorating options because it's spooky season. And some of these decorations are quite terrifying in my opinion. All right, number 5 is a little weird. Can I make this full screen? I can. But where I'm looking for club parties and dance for Halloween. These are all crepe paper. All right. Decoration for the clubhouse. How to get the fun started for games. And then here are some of these costumes. I also love these ones, by the way. I am pretty sure that these ones are not supposed to be crepe paper, but I love this one, this little dress here. But this one is also a favorite of mine. I will probably just be doing this more simple ones just because it's a little bit fun. Um, but you guys have the resources. I'd love to see if someone would actually make some more of these because I generally only have 2 hours for the stream. Um, loading. So this one's missing those other images. So this is just how to have a party. Apparently there's the other book that I was referencing is like the one that has the crepe paper inside. So that's let me close this and go back. So we do have some boogie books here. It looks like there's only really 2 of them. Well, no, there's all 3. So these are from the Dennis Manufacturing Company. But there's only those couple of ones. Right? It looks really interesting. I believe it started there's a few more histories. You can find more history about Halloween and all of that things, especially on YouTube. There's a few really good essays that I was watching earlier this week. But these ones are all just like supplying you as well because a lot of these books now are like 100, $300, but they had the patterns for these things, which was really interesting to me. A beautiful centerpiece. Some of these are mildly terrifying. Yes, that what number 5, old man limbs along support 2 candy cane crutches. Okay, well, we're gonna go back to those paper costumes here. I do love them, they're very fun. I wanted to show the other ones though, because you can get other ones as well, depending on the age. So if you just type in, like, the Boogie Book, but with only 1 O, you'll see different options throughout the years. Because 'cause you've got some of this one. I don't know how old this one is, but you can see a lot of them on Pinterest, obviously, but then there's oh, that's insensitive. This one's another 1920s boogie book, and even some more Halloween ones. But fun little resources. I kinda wanna make that Bat Kid, and then that ominous I don't know why I love this moon, but I do. He's like, "Mm, wait, I gotta" something. Um, I don't know. I'm entertaining myself here. So I kinda love that. We might just make the hat too, we'll see. Don't know how I feel about the hat on the kid, but, we haven't made anything the side eye. We haven't made anything for the kids, so I figured it would be kinda cute if I gave that a try. I have been working on this one. It's a little too simple. It's just a peplum top with a dirndl skirt and then a round capelet. So, like, we could try this one, but this would be probably a lot longer, and I don't really wanna make this into a two-part 'cause I would personally weave them all just to be that person. Um But I really like this little bat, and I wanna see if we can do it on our kid avatars. So, I'm gonna share this image as well in the Discord. Moving this over so that I can then open the Discord channel. Doo doo. I need to just make a historical reference at this point. Alright. So, because we do have this child avatar, so we don't use very often. So, I'm gonna go to the avatar tab and bring in the kid. Or a little okay, 2 to 6 Month 7 to 20. We'll do this one, 7 to 20. I believe it is months. And I'm gonna get that picture up. Oh, hey, this is actually a great opportunity to try something. I haven't shown the modular mode yet. I haven't tried to scale it down to a kid, so let's give that a try. Because the kid is wearing a simple button up and some shorts. Wrong thing, so you can see it. Kid's wearing some button up and some shorts. So let's give it a try using the pardon me, using the auto fitting feature because he does have a fit suit. So let's give it a try. Shirts. Basic. Just doing a super simple shirt. Let's see how this is gonna go. All right, because this has already been simulated. The reason that this is working is because all of these pieces have been simulated on an avatar with a fit suit beforehand because they're the modular mode. So that's what's allowing me to actually do the auto fitting onto the kid because there's both fit suit information for both the avatar and the garment. So we're gonna see if this works. Otherwise, I'll just make a quick shirt for him. For the old Batman. Patterns and holes are intersecting. Oh, there's holes on this. I'll fix it later. Let's see if it works. This is also how you can use the fit suit, so long as you have fit suit information ahead of time. That's why it's working. Again, it's doing multiple tasks all at once, and we're streaming, so it's going to take a little bit of time. But we're going to see if this will work. Hello and welcome. We're making a little kid's hello. There we go. Look at that. It's so cute. Oh, I don't hate it. I just realized that our kid has a quite concave chest. How he's standing. Oh, that turned out so well. And I'm going to remove the modular relationship because I don't need much of this anymore. It has really affected the size of a lot of these pieces, but for now, it doesn't really make much of a difference. Okay. And let's see. I don't know if I want to try the pants. Let's see. We're also going to have me see if I can break it. As well. So normally best practice is to bring everything in first and then resize it. So we're going to see what happens because I've already resized one of them. So it's most likely affecting, that's what these pop-ups are from. So we're going to see. Otherwise, this will be very, very quick and easy to then just start working on his little Halloween costume. Again, for those of you who are new, we're just going to be making this one and then maybe this one with the ominous moon. But these little crepe paper Halloween costumes are really cute. Again, these are the 20s, and that's why you can see the 20s silhouette. So this book was published in 1920. This one was. And that's why you see these silhouettes here, as well as that they are not made of fabric. So let's see. 13th edition. Trying to find out where some other ones are. That's a problem. All right. At least the pants fit, but alright, cool. I'm gonna have to let the team know. I didn't try that until now. Alright, we're gonna use auto fitting again. These both have already been simulated. Um, Let me go to modular mode. We'll throw his sleeves back on. Oops. Yes, load all of them, please. Thank you. And now we'll do auto fitting one last time. While I do that, I'm going to let everyone know about that real fast. Because that's a bug that we need to fix. So lesson learned, don't try to auto fit your things twice. So I guess it applies the grading rule a second time instead of having it instead of saying this is how this rule should fit. Um, all right, well, that's an interesting thing to know about the auto fitting feature. So a lot of Marvelous Designer is based on Clo. So that error, I'll let you guys know about it. That error that we just saw, I never tried that before. So what happened was, and what happens with the auto fitting feature is that it creates a grading rule based on the scale and the difference between the original garment and with the new avatar. They all have fitting suits, and so it applies a grading rule. So it applies it one time. If I do it a second time, as you just saw, the shirt became the same grading rule smaller. So if the grading rule is, x equals negative, 2 and negative 5 on the like z and on the x and y axis, then it's going to apply that same rule again if you do it a second time. So, lesson learned, and I will be the example, is when you are working with the fit with the auto fitting feature, it's applying a grading rule, it's not telling you that this is going to be the scale. So it creates a grading rule, which is great, but that's how the feature is thinking because that's how fashion is done. That's one method of grading. So basically best practice is to bring everything in and then scale it once. Don't do it a second time like I just did. So we'll simulate this and then continue moving forward. Come on. It does warp your patterns a little bit, so just be prepared for that. And all of these are 10 particle distance, so that's why they are relatively slow. So I'm going to bring them up to 15, just make life a little bit easier. And what I was doing just there was using strengthen, so it's Control H, and that makes it a little bit easier to have the fabric pull out, kind of like applying a temporary bonding. I just use it a lot to get it out of simulation errors, or if it's colliding with something else, I'll use it that way and have it resettle and then simulate again. All right, so now that our little man is in his little outfit, he's so cute. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the modular relationship this time. And I could do some fit fixes, but it really doesn't matter. Um, Now onto that cute little costume. Well, this one right here. I love him. I love it so much. And I'll make a little bow and we'll give him a little cape. So let me just go ahead and move all of this out of the way. Out of the way. And freeze it. And I'm going to do this the lazy way by just using the silhouette. Making sure to select the polygon. I'm going to Yeah, I'm thinking about that, but I kinda like the pockets. Yeah, he also doesn't have pockets in the past as much. Like, I like the pockets, though. I'm gonna leave those pockets because that's where he's gonna keep his candy. Just put extra candy in the pockets. Um, yeah, we'll move those and see if I can bring them back later. We're gonna do this cute little bat that looks like a cat. I don't know what is wrong with this bat, but it really is just wow, it really is. Alright, this is most likely it's an apron. So we'll do an apron, I guess. And then I'll have the cape coming out of his bow tie, I think. It's so stinking cute, though. It's gonna stop at his waist. Yeah, I'll add some fangs to the mouth. That's a cute idea. I'm gonna make this square, and then we'll do this is gonna definitely have a lot of things change, but at least I'll have something started. Unfold with symmetrical editing. Cute, but it should be wider. And because this is basically an apron, I'm going to treat it like one. Select mesh box. I'm just selecting this top piece because then I'm going to put it behind his neck. I figured. Now I'm gonna move this a little closer. Fine, I'll do it the good way. Just get this started because this is way too big of a strap anyway. Woo, zooming in. Alrighty. I'll move these both out. Nope, come here. Why are you like this? Let me grab the segment line. Thank you. Ooh. You know, we're gonna make the mouth a pocket. I've just decided. It'll be a cute little pocket. Halloween pocket apron. This is most likely gonna end up being straight. Yeah, but just for the sake of it. Let's get the silhouette down. And then we can do the fun stuff. Let's see. And then we'll place these around. Like so. So I'm basically making a plain apron here. I am going to make this layer 1, just so I don't have those collision issues that we might have to worry about in a minute. Let's see. How can you register an avatar to use for auto fitting? So to register an avatar, all of these base avatars have auto fitting features or auto fitting fit suits applied. But to register an avatar, let me do that. Okay. You import your OBJ and it needs to be bipedal. So 2 legs and 2 arms. And you can go up here to create fitting suit. And then you just start follow the instructions and you just create little rings around them on their measurement points. So it's around the neck on the 2 times. So there's a high neck and a low neck. That sounds weird. So there's an upper neck and then the high point neck for high point shoulder. And then you end up doing like the waist and the arms. So all of the joints where all the joints would be. That's where you're fitting. I'm also wearing Halloween stuff today. Um, and then you just say apply fit suit, make sure it looks good. You can make some adjustments, and then you can use that fit suit as an avatar. Then you can rescale it or use auto fitting. We do have a few streams at the end where I've done that. If you want to specifically see the stream where I've done that, I did that on the like pink trench coat thumbnail. You can check that at the very end of the second one. I resize it to the to another avatar, and I do create a fit suit on that one. Oh, come on. Reset 3D. Reset 3D. I hate when it does that. Send that flying. All right. Yes, make sure to apply and then save it as another avatar once you are done. This is like the cutest tiny little he's like a tiny little man. All right, let's see if I can tiny little businessman. This needs to go higher. And be whiter. Those are some angry buttons. All right, come on. Normally, I would say to also remove buttons from the scene, but we're gonna try to work with it as best we can here. No, so cute. All right, all right, all right. It's fine. I'm fine. Okay, do you want to make this a little baggier? And probably a little bit lower. That sort itself out for a second. Try not to flip it again. Want this to fall down a little bit here. And what you see happening is the buttons colliding with this. And kind of shoving around this fabric. Okay, okay. Each to oh, cute. Okay, okay, okay. You want this to go out. Be little bat piece. Every time those buttons, I might have to fix those. Thank you, buttons. Tiny cat is also yelling. Okay. I'm gonna call this close enough for now. Let's see, I might move this a little closer this way, though. Just because I can. I'm not too excited about that. We're gapping here, but I just keep having to remind myself, I'm trying to fit crepe paper. The tiniest little crepe paper. All right. So let's go ahead and also make that bow tie. Activate that. I'm going to deactivate the rest of this. Or freeze it, really. This is activated. This is going to be a cheater bow tie. Just so you guys know. I am here for the cheats. It's a really floppy bow tie too, so little floppy thing. Why'd I close that tab? That's fine. I still have the other one up. Oh, where'd that go? Okay. Let's not do that this time. Yes, it is that kind of a bow tie. Oh my gosh. All right. I have the lower resolution version still up, so I'm gonna be referencing that now. Luckily, it's not too bad. I'm gonna turn gravity off while I do this. So I'm going to simulation properties, making gravity 0, remembering negative 9800. And smack dab in the middle as close as I can figure. I'll use elastic to get it into the shape. This is 20 particle distance, so we're going to bring this down to 10. We'll get closer and closer. And I'm going to check that value of elastic. And strength. High strength, low ratio. Send itself flying. And I will make this 5. Just make it a little bit easier. That is a little too dense. I will bring this back up to 10. So I'm not creating too many collision issues. I'm going to lower the strength. There we go. So you can sew this onto your avatar, or you can use the tack tool, which I will be using. So not tack on avatar, but I'm going to use tack on here. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to delete this button. I believe these are sewn anyway. Let me double check. They are. If they're sewn, then I'm going to go ahead and delete the ones we can't see. Because they're just causing me collision issues anyway. That one can stay. Okie dokie. Now let's go back here. I'm going to go ahead and pin this just because it'll be a little bit easier. Yeah. Choosing if there's a specific direction that it's being pulled. Actually, you know what I can do is I'm just gonna sew it on the seam that already exists. Let me turn on gravity now. Make 9800. Come on, sort yourself out. I might just get rid of the elastic value now that I think about it. Causing a little bit of a oh, which one is on top? That's what I did wrong. Which one of you is on top? You are. Make sure to sew it on the top layer, because if that was simulating, that would be a problem. Still kind of cute. Let's do a little bit of engineering with these wrinkles though, because that might help with how this is falling. Or I can just pin it. Instead of going to the center, it pulls on the side. Oh yeah, I remember that one. There. I could do a little bit more engineering here, so let's see. And then let's see how I like it. I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna be using the pleat fold appliance tool here, so I'm gonna do just the two. See how that looks. Because you can also engineer your wrinkles here, because this one's laying pretty well, but this one's kind of giving a bit of a fit. So let's see. Maybe I'll do it the other way. Reverse direction. There we go. I do like that. And Control C, Control R will help me reverse paste. And then I can apply it to the other side. There we go. So we have the start of this little bow tie, and then I'm going to go ahead and cause some more problems and sew a little thing here. Where'd I put it? In the middle of space. I am just gonna sew it to itself here. One and two. There are better ways to do this, but also this is another simple way. Making sure this is a layer 2. Most other things are frozen, and I'm gonna make this 5 particle distance. I'm just getting the look, not the actual like, efficiency of it, because it doesn't really matter much. I'm making a fake little bow tie here. And make that layer 1 just to make sure. Oops, wrong thing. Back under. Yes, thank you. That is a layer above. Okay, good. And just throwing it in place. There are definitely cleaner ways to do this, but also this is probably made out of crepe paper. Okay. So we have our little bow tie. I could do another layer if I really wanted, but I'm just gonna leave it pretty plain because I'd like to also get onto other things. We're almost an hour in. So we're gonna do the little embellishments now. So I will give it to the chat. Should I do them as appliques or should I do them as um kind of stitches? Because it could be either. I could do them as orange stitching or I could do them as appliques, which would be like a circle around it. And then I'll start working on the bat wings. So while we do that, while I wait for you guys to reply, because we have a 30-second lag, I'm gonna make his little bat wings. So cute. Unfold. All right, cool. We got 1 vote for the showing of stitching, so I'll probably end up doing that. So I'm also showing you here, I started my stitch in the 2D window, but I can also complete it in the 3D window. Just double click to finish. And I'm going to also do tiny little bone. I doubt it. I did not as an internal line. Okay. All right, we're going to do it as stitching then. And I'm just moving these really not well, but that's fine because I'm just going to use the edit tool real fast. Just adding these pieces here, right-clicking them, extend and trim to pattern outline. So now I have those pieces. I'm going to strengthen this, use the trace tool to specifically trace just those guys. Making sure to select all of the lines that will close it. Oh, I keep hitting Z instead of Control. Fine. All right. Bop, bop, and bop. Right click. Oh, it's still choosing the wrong one. Right click. Trace this pattern. Yeah. Delete this line. Oh. But now that I have these guys, I am going to sew them on. This is really just to give support and also color blocking. They're going to go on the inside. So I've sewn them. I'm going to let them select, right click, superimpose under, making sure to apply bond. Your little bat wings, so cute. And then Control C, Control D for the other side. I guess I will just do it by hand. Right click and superimpose under. What I was doing there was I was using F to focus onto those pattern pieces, by the way. Just to focus in space. I can do that with the selecting a pattern in the 2D window and hitting F as well. But make sure you're in the 3D window when you do it if you want to work it in the 3D window. And oh, so cute. Before I do anything else, I am going to activate all of this and then move his pose into a wider A pose. I believe I cannot. That's fine too. The kid in the photo is having a much wider, he just arms out near T pose, but I'm not gonna spend that much time on it being a T pose. So I'm just gonna have it as it is. I will probably just, how do I want to do that? I'm like, how do I want to attach this to this kid's? Oh, we're gonna do a buttonhole. Why? Because I can, and then I can show you multiple layer buttonholes. All right. Where is this about? It's about here. Where is it on this? Okay. Stop simulating. So I'm going to apply a buttonhole here and cheat it a little bit. A little cheaterton. Edit this buttonhole. And I'm choosing the angle. I'm just rotating this angle. Just so it's a little parallel here. I have this buttonhole also go through this. I believe actually this buttonhole's on top. Yeah, these ones are cheater. Shirts, so the buttons hole's actually not going through the button, but I'll show you anyway. I figured that would do that. Let's do it, on the sleeve guy. I will move the buttonhole. The sleeve guy is a very specific, way to say it. Let's see, is it on where is this? So it is on the under layer? Let's see. Making sure. It is. It is. No, it's not. Why is it like that? Yeah, these are with this placket, you can see that this pattern is cheated. It is functional, but it is also mildly put in a way that it's not perfect, but it's better for simulation. It's not like how it's done in real life. But because I was able to do that, now where is it? Button, duplicate to symmetric pattern, and then we'll just do the same thing on the other side. Had this button properly been through, you can, oops, you can right-click the button and set number of sewing layers. So if this was already going through one layer, you can select it and have it go through a second layer if you wanted, or third or fourth. But in this case, I'm just having it go through this buttonhole because I've decided that that's how it's attaching. If your button does that and causes a little bit of an issue for itself, you can select your button, pull it back out, and then you're done. You can also right-click and reset 3D position. So I've decided that it attaches via button. I'm going to unstrengthen this. Very cute. Oh, I figured that would cause a problem at some point. Come here. I need to turn layers off, which is what's causing this. More than likely. And probably where's that button? Did I remove the button? I am going to remove the buttonhole that is there as well, just in case. So we're seeing some collision issues here going on with my forced in place bow tie here. Deactivate pattern and sewing. So it looks like it's not so much my bow tie. Why are we having a fit? Do a little bit of cleanup here. Let's see. I'm going to remove this sewing line just to see if that fixes it and leave this one there. Because there's a lot going on right here on the collar. I'm going to hide the avatar, see what's going on. And why it's doing that. Let's finish this line. Because this is sewn to itself, so that shouldn't be much of a problem because this is just a quick and dirty thing here. It's still showing elastic value, but there isn't an elastic value. Also, this should be strengthened. There it goes. And now I will sew them back closed. There we go. Don't know why that was having a problem, but it's fixed itself. Most likely it was from having my layers at one point, but we'll see. That's fixed. So let's go ahead and do the little stitching. So I will show you some of that top stitching that we were talking about. Where is my little apron? So let's look at the photo again. I'll show you guys for those of you who are new. We're doing this little, it's really made of crepe paper, so we're not doing that, but we are just kind of copying it because I think it's really cute. So we're going to do these portions up here out of like embroidery or top stitching, and then we'll do the pockets. So to do that, I'm just using internal lines here. Little eyes are probably going to be down here. And we'll do a little, we'll do, should he be, I'm trying to decide, should he be happy? Should he be, oops. Gotta love it when I hit that Windows key. Control, not Windows. Oh, he's so cute. Let's see. All right, let's see. Because he looks so sad in the other version. What if I... Not flip horizontally, flip vertically. Ah! He is so sad. Make this a little bit more curved here. And we'll do little things, I guess. Oh, so cute. All right, we'll make this 10 particle distance just so we can see it a little bit better. I will lower the neck of this now because now we have a bit of a better shape. V. Square. Let's see. So it's actually quite high in the photo, but I don't like it that high. I'm gonna do this. We're gonna do it this way. Let's bring in some fabric really fast. It's supposed to be crepe, but I'm not gonna do that crepe. We'll do crepe. Do silk crepe. Oh, give me fabric, not thank you. Silk crepe. A very expensive child's Halloween costume. I dare say. Oops. Add silk crepe. Oh, that's chiffon. Where's crepe? Crepe de chine. Go me the closest. Entirely opaque or not. Right? It's opaque. Okay. Gonna be dark. Tiny little business bat. A little business bat boy. Oh no, I should make him little robin colors. That'd be so cute. Anyway. I do want to give him a little bit more at the bottom, so I'm gonna go. He's so cute. Stop getting stuck to the pants. fine. I've applied pressure to it so it'll kind of float away just because it's fighting with me. Okay. So now I am going to remove symmetrical editing because I want to have that sewing be a consistent circle. So I'm going to remove linked editing across that center line, and then I am going to merge those internal points. So right click, I'm selecting them, right click and merge to point. And this one as well, right click, come here, right click, merge to point. And then I think I am gonna make these little bat teeth appliques. I think that'll be kind of cute. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So I'm selecting them, I'm right clicking and extend and trim to internal line, just so they'll go to the end. There's that one, and we'll do it to this one as well. Right click to internal line. The reason I'm doing this is so I don't have a hole, so that I can easily do this and make a copy. So trace as pattern, Control C, Control D to make a symmetrically linked piece. Doesn't really matter in this case, but that's fine. Had I thought of it ahead of time, I could have done this symmetrically and been a little bit faster, but it's not that important in this case. And close my library. So I'm free sewing this. You could add segment points to the end of that line so it'll be a little bit faster, but I don't really mind in this case. I'm selecting the pieces that are my appliques and I'm going to right click and superimpose over. And I'm just gonna go ahead and make them white. Oh, so cute. No! You are to be layer 3. Thought. So the apron still does have a layer value that's a higher than 0, so they were layer 0. So I'm just bringing it back up, and now I can do my embroidery because I'm gonna do it for the mouth and for the eyes, and it will be an orange satin stitch or as close as a satin stitch as I can get using the base features in Marvelous Designer. So let's just say we're done. We're pretty much close to done. This is now no longer made out of crepe paper. It's made out of silk crepe de chine, which is very normally it's used in lining. But that's fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and select my top stitching. We have the default top stitch. I'm going to double click that and not make it the default anymore. So we have our base options. We have pick stitch, bar tack, buttonhole, overlock. I haven't really covered these a lot, so do I'll go through all of them so you guys can see them. I want where is it? 0 offset because it's going to go across the line. I am going to turn off my internal lines in the 3D window just for this. So you can see it happening. I'm not simulating. If you simulate, it will kind of turn off the view for the top stitching. So just keep that in mind. So I have pick stitch. That is a basic single needle lock stitch. We could do a custom one. I'm gonna stick with what's available. So this is a bar tack. This is generally used on denim pants and in very small areas to support, say, like the rivet of a pocket or a pocket, the backside of a pocket, like pockets and like their corners where they're gonna have a lot of stress. You would use a bar tack and a needle that's not gonna shred it. Buttonhole, it's very similar to a bar tack. It's just got kind of both sides on this piece. Overlock, so this would be a serger. So this is something that's different than a normal sewing machine. This is what's used to finish the insides of garments, and like finish raw edges of garments. You can use this as embroidery if you want. It's kind of neat. Um, Pick stitch, that's the basic stitch. Single, another one. So the difference between the pick stitch and the single is that it's picking portions of it, so it's underneath. Yeah, for stretch clothes as well, it's a 4-thread overlocking machine. I've got 2 of them. I love them. Sorry, I'll come back to the overlock. So this one is used on the interior of garments. If you look at probably a shirt you're wearing right now, you'll see the overlocking stitch there, or sometimes you'll see a Marrow machine stitch, which is a different machine entirely. Um, Not a Marrow machine. I mean, yes, a Marrow machine does an entire satin stitch on one side. I should say cover stitch is another one that it does that is used for stretch materials. Um, so pick stitch, this one is where it's just going in and out, and you're not seeing the other side, and then this one is the single stitch, so it is just right. So it's a little bit different on both sides. So this one's right next to each other. Think of it that way, as you can see. And then we have the zigzag. I like to use the zigzag to then turn it into a satin stitch. And I will show you how to do that. You could just use the bar tack, but sometimes a zigzag is better and it's a little bit thicker, as you can see. I'll zoom in here. Okay, so now you guys can see them. So the length is the length of the stitch, so watch what happens when I make it 5. So it's the distance in between because these pieces are individual lengths. So it's from this point to this point. I wish I could draw out the screen. So it's from these points to each other. So it's from like how this angle takes up space. So I want that to probably be shorter because I want it to be a satin stitch, which is basically very similar to the bar tack. So I'm going to make it probably 1 just to see it. So we're getting closer. So satin stitch looks like it's just those shiny floats. So that's what's in satin that makes it shiny, is that it has a lot of pieces that just kind of are floating out of the weave. Width. So I can make it wider, I can make it shorter. I'll show you the width. So I can make it wider if I really wanted. Let's keep it at 5. Space, thickness. You can see where I'm starting and stopping. I can probably reduce the length to then make it more of a satin stitch. So 0.5. I'm gonna make thread thickness 1, just so it's really thick. 0.25. All right, we'll do 0.2. You're seeing here as I'm doing it, it's more and more, but it's because it's a circle, so it's not gonna be perfect. Um, I mean, I'm zooming in really close, but you can see it. It's not entirely perfect. It's relying on it being a circle, obviously. This is also still, I think, 10 particle distance. What are we at? Yes, this is still 10. Let's see what happens when I make it 5. Gonna simulate for a second. You see it disappeared. So this is probably the closest to a satin stitch I can get right now without making a custom stitch. So I'm just gonna stick with that. Going back to my stitching here, I'm going to then also apply it to this side. And this one as well. I want to add a little, I'm gonna add a little tiny tongue. Yep, come here. I keep hitting that darn Windows key. And then this one I'm gonna make red. I'm still gonna apply it to here. Come on. And I'm gonna make a copy of my top stitch. So this first top stitch, I am going to make it the orange. So you have a nice fun Halloween orange here. And then for this copy, I'm going to make it red. And I'm just going to place it on top. So I've just made a copy of that same stitch that I like, and I'm dragging and dropping it. And give it a second. And now it's a little red. I just tried to zoom out on like the stream window. Oh, he's so cute. I do want to move the eyes closer. Let's see. He should look as derpy as possible. Yes. Okay, it's kinda cute, though. Alright, hold on. I do need to do one more thing, which is offset as internal line, zero 0.5, using I to trace so I can make a clone. I need to support the arms here. Trace as pattern. Come on. That way I can see that it's falling, so that way it'll help support it. Applying bond. Uh, Undercolor. No, I'm gonna do pocket. Right click, superimpose under. And then it's so cute. He's a little tiny businessman, little business bat. Okay. Control C, Control D, because this is still symmetrically linked. Right click, superimpose under, and then apply that stiffener so it'll help it a little bit. Control H. We'll simulate again. Because it's helping with his wings a little bit. Oh, yeah, because they're falling down. That's the other thing. Oh, these should be crepe de chine. That'll help. Because crepe de chine can be very stretchy in Marvelous Designer if you're not careful. So that's why that's why they're falling as well. I chose a very light material, so I could probably choose a different one. I'm just gonna do cotton. I'm just gonna do a muslin. Twill. Oh my gosh, just muslin. Thank you. This will probably help. Okay. This does need to be shortened though, so let's do that now. Oh, gotta do both at the same time. You'll notice that it's also getting slower because I've applied those details, the embroidery and the stitching, and this is also 5 particle distance. That's what's causing it to be a lot slower because there's more that it's having to calculate. I think I can also get away with freezing this. I don't think it's been affected by the fit, but we're gonna find out. Yeah, this is right. This is going higher than it needs to be. I could always just pin it. Do a cut and sew on the back of the apron. Well, they are. They're already strengthened. Me sitting here rationalizing it. This is a Halloween costume. He's pinned it to the back of his to the back of the collar. Um, why is it doing that? Oh, okay. Why is my muslin see-through? Excuse me? What? Yeah, that's what I thought. Thank you. Alright. It's pinned. Safety pin. It's a crepe Halloween costume. Yeah. Again, if you don't also wanna, like, properly have to fit something, you can always use pins, as I'm doing here. Because the apron has a lot of weight in the back, and I probably should have, anchored it in more places than one, but this isn't supposed to be super heavy like what it was doing. Again, all of these originally were made out of crepe paper. I have to remind myself this. So right now I'm using much heavier material, even the crepe machine's heavier than crepe paper. And that's basically, like, the wrapping paper that's in, like, the paper bags. They're like, these instructions for this video are costumes for crepe paper costumes. Again, I have no idea. I wish people actually, like, recorded these pieces. I could probably drop the density, yeah. Let's do that anyway, just for discussion's sake as well. Um, Once it catches up. Alright, cool. So, I'm probably just gonna drop the density of these pattern pieces. I'm gonna select them all like that. I also need to do the pockets still. Um, I'm just gonna do drag and drop. Reduce the density. So going down to my detail presets. So this is muslin. I can also decrease the density of this. It's already pretty low. I'm gonna bring it down to 1 and see what happens. I'm gonna have to recolor his teeth, but it'll be a little bit easier. Yeah, that works out. I'll make a copy of this and make a white one for the teeth again, and drag and drop them back onto the teeth. I've made it off-white just to see how I like it. Yeah, that works out. A little too well. It's great paper, right? I'm hitting the space bar, by the way, to simulate, and that's why you're seeing the, top stitching disappear. You will not see top stitching during, simulation. Alright, so let's add those pockets. Mirror, mirror create little pockets. This is just the tiniest little apron. Oh, yeah, I need to make orange fabric for his little bow tie. Do that. CV, alright. The level that I almost want this apron in real life right now. It's so stinking cute. I'm so excited for spooky season. Alright, so this is gonna be interesting. So I'm gonna apply it's pretty wide, so I think we can get away with it. So this top stitching is gonna get oh, yeah, thank you, top stitching. Halved, but that should be fine. Um, you can see here as well, this is my maid stitch in Marvelous Designer with what's available. Because those corners are angled, they're imperfect, so watch what happens when I do this. That's why they're like that. You can just make your own custom satin stitch if you want. You don't have to do it this way, but this is just kind of like the fast way just for the sake of a fun 2-hour stream here. So I've curved this corner, you can see how it's fixing that. So we have a little bit more consistent of a line. Best practice would be to actually make a satin stitch, but I didn't. So for the sake of completing it within the 2-hour time limit, we're not gonna do that. I'm very excited to actually make longer content a little bit later. And I'm going to clone his pattern. Give it a second just because I have a lot of things in the scene right now. Greetings from Russia. Hello. Yes, and it's so cute, isn't it? It's such a cute little apron. Give me the free sewing tool, please. That's why. I simulated. Just that's what happens when I button mash. I know better. Okay. Thank you. I know better does it anyway. And then I'll change these pockets to the matching black or dark gray. And then we should bite on. So what is gonna happen is we are gonna lose that interior of the stitch, so I could make a copy and offset it and then apply the same stitch. Okay, drag and drop, drag and drop. Right click, superimpose over this time. Oh yeah, they actually were copied. So actually, no, we should be fine. They'll have the interior portion. Oh my gosh, it's so stinking cute. Okay. I'm really glad I did this one. Oh, give me the avatar. Oh yes. Oh yes. I have to make a copy of this. Orange. This pastel-y orange. Where is his bow tie? My really poorly made bow tie. Oh my gosh, he is so stinking cute. Should he have green pants? What color should these pants be? Little bit darker green. Maybe a gray. Let's see. Wow, I just tried to click it on the stream. I just tried to use the stream windows to select the color. I hope you guys are proud of me. Alright, okay, okay. Well, you know what? We're gonna have a match. Why? Because I can. I've decided. I do what I want. No. God, these are still layers are killing me here. And we'll let those guys settle down. Stop simulating. Oh my god. Okay, no, it's still going. Oh, there is a point. I was like, what is going on? Oh, it's so stinking cute. I can't. I kind of want to make it a little bit longer, just so it hits like right above the shorts. All right, no. I'm going to convert it to a curve point, edit my curve points, and then delete it. Yeah, that's what I thought. Just talking to the segment point, like that's what I thought. I'll move. All right, there we go. Now it won't be pointed upwards on him. Yay! Ew. Okay, okay, okay. We're almost there. It's I might just make this in real life. That is the cutest little bat apron I have seen. Now it's slow just because I've applied all that top stitching. Generally, once you've applied top stitching, you're going to stop and then just animate it or export it. And that's why it is going slower. That's also why normally I stop, and once I'm done kind of creating the look, then I start applying all of the details, because that's why what you're seeing here, everything's down to 5 particle distance and I'm messing with it. So that's why it's going a little bit slower than ideal, because I'm kind of doing it against, I'm going backwards a little bit. I should step this up back to 10 particle distance or 15 and then continue that, but I'm not going to do that because we're right near the end of the stream, and we're almost there. He's so cute. All right, I'm going to stop simulating. I'm not going to give him that hat. The hat's a little funny. And I've seen a version of it in real life, and I don't know how I feel about it. Yep, as Rosemary said, everything is mesh, and unfortunately, I wanted to add a little bit more to it than I'm supposed to. But oh my gosh, it's so cute. Okay, I'm gonna unstrengthen these so we can see it, because this is pretty much it. Look at that. It's so stinking cute. Honestly, I'm going to assume that these would probably be attached with like safety pins, but I'm like, I'm just gonna put it through the buttonhole. You could always just use the pin to cloth tool, which I did for this upper portion here, because crepe paper. But I might make this in real life. That is really cute as an apron. I'll probably have to do something else about that bat back, but that's really cute. Oh my gosh. All right, okay. I should make this available pretty soon because it's still spooky season. But that is pretty much it, except for his funky hat, which I will probably not be doing. But that is our little 11 little boy here. Come on, let me scroll. We've managed to make it digitally from 1920 instead of out of crepe paper, and I believe that they just came with patterns. I need these books somewhere. I'm gonna find them eventually. I will share I'll share with the Discord if I find them. Um, oh my god, okay. It's so cute. I can't handle it. Look at him. He's just ready to help cook in the kitchen with his little bat costume. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and take us to the end. Unless anyone actually has any other questions I can help answer. We do have about 15 minutes, so it'll take I can help answer some questions. I could also make a fit suit. Let me first of all save this file, save project as. Okay. 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 Cute little bat boy. That's the file name now. Um, I can show you guys how to make a fit suit. I will do that just so we actually have a little bit. If that person is still here, let's see. Bop, bop, bop. Who asked that? I don't know. Someone asked about it. But I will show you guys how to make a fit suit. We're gonna pretend the avatar that I'm gonna pick doesn't have one, just so you have examples. I'm gonna select the male avatar from I think this is avatar 1 by accident, but whatever. Yeah, this is our old avatars. They definitely don't have a fit suit. So someone had previously asked how to make a fit suit, and I'll show you how to do that because we have just enough time. Notice how it's asking me to save. I don't want to save. I don't want to overwrite my cute little bat boy. No. So it's making an entirely new file. So here are my fitting suit reference lines. So it's going to be this upper neck. You do want it to be as parallel to the ground as you can. Sometimes with how they're standing, you can't do that, so it's going to come forward a little bit on him. You can see here this is imperfect, so you can always go back, just select it and then go back. And then we're going to do the high point shoulder. And it's going to start creating these little shadow lines for patterns. So these little shadow for your pattern. Next, we're going to his waist. So I guess I'll pick the smallest point. Most men's waists are depending on the rise. Or like where the belly button is, but a little higher. I'm just gonna pick the smallest part on him just for the sake of this, which is quite high on this avatar. I haven't looked at the older ones in a while. Ooh. Basically, just pick wherever you want the waist to be. That's his ribs. I'm gonna go lower. That's I can't. I can't rationalize that. Okay. And now we're gonna go over to the wrist. This pop-up is showing screen left with symmetry on, so make sure it's screen left. I know it can be confusing because it's not worn left, it's screen left. You'll see the little one that's highlighted here. That's the part that throws people off the most. It should be screen left. And so I'm choosing the elbow next, and then I'm choosing the shoulder. So I'm picking the highest point on the shoulder. And then kind of creating the beginning of that armhole. You can see how we're creating the sleeve now. Then we're choosing the upper thigh. I'm probably going to make this a little bit higher on him. And again, you can fix it as much as you want. Just double check how you're going. Sure. His knee. And then ankle. Yes, you can also hold shift to confine to horizontal if you want. That's neat. Making sure to do the knee again. It also depends on how you wanna do it. I don't hate that. That's kinda cool. I hit a Shift S and that popped up. Um, we'll do the ankle one more time. Sometimes it works, sometimes I don't want it to be perfectly horizontal depending on how the avatar is standing. Um, and their sway back especially. I've learned that with Hannah. Waist. I will make his waist horizontal though. So again, you can see me holding shift. And then you select apply, and then you can kind of check it. And you can see it being created over here. His collarbones are poking out. Um, that's okay. And then you can select save. Save male B. I'm going to select male B fit suit. Actually, fit suit B. Just so I know, because it's going to pop up where I've saved it is in the avatar B folder. And now that's done. And if I go to my avatar, male version 1, male B, you'll see the fit suit version is there. And so I would add him to my work, or I would just open him. And now I can utilize the modular. Let me just grab modular configurator. I know it's already going to fit him, but I'll just show you. They're no longer in the same spot now because we've adjusted everything for the for the other avatars. Fitting. Or let me do auto fitting also applies. I'll do this instead. Retarget draping. So it's already been fit on a avatar with a fit suit. Now I can use retarget draping as well. It just won't change the size or the fit of the garment. And now it's retargeted because he now has a fit suit. And there we go. So we have 5 minutes left. We shall go to the closing. Oh, let me get my cheat sheet back up. Got all my links. It's so weird that I have to go to my camera. There we go. I will now share these links one last time. So again, I will be sharing the resources that I find, and I'm going to keep looking to see if we can find more patterns, but feel free to reference the books. I've linked them in the Discord channel under the pattern references. It looks like Twitch didn't send. I'm going to try sending Twitch one more time. There we go. I've linked those in the Discord channel because I think it's a fun little resource and reference for some historical pieces, but just be aware it was the 1920s. Again, here's a link to our website where you can purchase our software. And for those of you in the future, this is Marvelous Designer that I'm working in. So you don't have to ask us what software we're using. I've used entirely Marvelous Designer to make these things. And then for our YouTube channel, again, for those of you on Twitch, these will disappear after the 14 days, but these ones will stay up on YouTube in perpetuity. So you can reference them and reference the little bat boy. Why is it not sending to Twitch? And for those of you who are just getting started in Marvelous Designer, here's a link again to our introduction series tutorials, I think, or it's the basics of how to get started working in Marvelous Designer. Here's a link to those tutorials. I do recommend you at least watch some of the beginning ones so that you can get your feet wet before you start running. And last but not least, if you are still having any technical support issues, feel free to contact us through the support tab on our website. That way we can create a support ticket a little bit faster for you and help you a little bit quicker. And lastly, if you have any other ideas for streams or if you want to see other things for community events, we are working on some ourselves. But if you want to give us any suggestions, feel free to contact us at community@marvelousdesigner.com. That email is what we will use for like any kind of community related things. If you want to submit something, if you want us to kind of share something that you've worked on and you want us to look at it, feel free to send it to the community email. Please do not send us any support requests there because we do not have support tickets and we don't have support through that email. Please just use the support or the support@marvelousdesigner.com. But thank you all for joining us, and thank you, Rosemary, as always, for being here. We should have you on the stream someday, and that would be fun. We can just ramble about history and fun historical things. But thank you all so much for joining us. We are now back on our normal schedule for streaming, and we will see you on the next stream. Have a good rest of your day, and have a good Wednesday. And thank you all so much for joining.